Have you ever tried to buy something on Amazon and felt like you had to sign up for Prime just to finish your purchase? If so, you're not alone. I've been there too, and it's really frustrating. The reality is that Amazon intentionally designed that page to serve their interests, but they are not alone. Many other companies use psychology and design to push users towards actions that might not be in their best interests. These are called dark patterns. In this video, we'll be exploring the tension between ethical design and dark patterns. We'll cover the following topics. What is ethical design? What are dark patterns? How are dark patterns commonly found in digital products? What steps can product designers take to promote ethical design and avoid dark patterns? Do you struggle to comprehend industry jargons as an early career UX designer? If so, don't worry, I have compiled a series to discuss these terms starting from A to Z to help you understand and effectively use them in your communication. This will help you set the right expectations and demonstrate your value to others. In this series, we've gone through letters A to D and we are currently on letter E. Our word for today is ethical design. It's difficult to discuss ethical design without touching on dark patterns, so let's compare both concepts. Ethical design involves prioritizing the well-being, rights, and values of users and considering the ethical implications and potential impact of design decisions on individuals, society, and the environment. One of the key principles of ethical design is to avoid using dark patterns. But what exactly are dark patterns? Dark patterns are manipulative design practices that deceive users into making unintended decisions, often benefiting the company and harming the user. It is safe to say that ethical design and dark patterns are opposing concepts. Ethical design empowers users through transparency and respect, while dark patterns undermine users' autonomy and trust through deception and manipulation. How do dark patterns show up in digital products today? Purdue University has identified 5 primary types of unethical design patterns. They are snaking, obstruction, nagging, interface interference, and forced action. These categories encompass various techniques used to execute unethical designs, some of which are bait and switch. Apps might advertise products at enticingly low prices, only to reveal to users at checkout that the price has increased or that the deals are no longer available. Disguised ads. Some apps blur the line between content and advertisement by presenting ads that closely resemble regular posts or content. Confirmshaming. This technique utilizes manipulative language or imagery to shame users into accepting an offer, often employing negative wordings for the decline option. Next, let's talk about preselection. Certain options like pre-checked newsletter subscriptions or insurance add-ons may be defaulted to on without the user's explicit consent. Trick questions. Apps often employ leading questions to deceive users into signing up for emails or recurring charges. Cart sneaking. Apps sometimes add extra items to the cart, such as free trial that automatically renews at the full price without the user's knowledge. Hidden costs. Extra fees and surcharges are frequently added at the last moment, often in small print or on a separate page, without transparently disclosing additional costs. User data transparency. Some apps collect private data without the user's knowledge, as seen in cases like the recent controversy involving Google's tracking of users' activity in incognito mode. Comparison prevention. Some apps intentionally make it tough for users to compare prices so they are unable to make informed decisions. To curb against this dark pattern, a law was passed in the EU requiring vendors to display the lowest price that they previously charged for products within the last 30 days or more. Hard to cancel, Roach motel. This term refers to apps making it exceedingly easy to sign up but intentionally difficult to cancel, effectively trapping users. In June 2022, the US Federal Trade Commission, FTC, filed a complaint against Amazon for using the Roach motel tactics to enroll consumers into Prime subscriptions without consent. I also had a similar experience with eHarmony. Last year, my family and friends urged me to try online dating, so I signed up for their monthly plan with the intention of canceling it if I did not find it useful. However, after 3 months, I decided that the platform wasn't for me and I wanted to cancel my subscription. Unfortunately, I couldn't find any option to cancel on the platform, and when I reached out to the customer service agent, they informed me that I had signed a 1-year contract. I was confused because when exactly did I sign that? They said I would have to pay every month until the contract was up. Apparently, they had put that in the fine print. My husband and I even made jokes about it, saying this was love by force, but it wasn't funny because I felt tricked. These examples illustrate how companies use manipulative design tactics to pressure users into actions that benefit the company, often at the expense of users' interest and consent. This isn't an exhaustive list. To learn more about dark patterns, you can search online for more examples. How can product designers advocate for ethical design? Educate stakeholders. We need to provide education and awareness sessions to stakeholders about the importance and benefits of ethical design. We need to use real-world examples and case studies to illustrate the impact of unethical practices on users and businesses. Quantify the benefits. Demonstrate how ethical designs can positively impact key metrics such as user satisfaction, retention, and brand reputation. Show stakeholders that ethical design is not just a moral imperative, but also a strategic business advantage. Align with organizational goals. Frame ethical design principles in the context of the organization's mission, value, and strategic objective. Show how ethical designs align with broader business goals such as customer centricity, innovation, and long-term sustainability. And finally, iterate and adapt. Start small and gradually scale up ethical design initiatives over time. Iterate based on feedback and lessons learned, continuously refining and improving the approach to align with evolving business needs and industry best practices. While there may be challenges in implementing ethical design practices, the potential benefits far outweighs the cost. By advocating for ethical design and taking concrete steps to integrate ethical considerations into the design process, product designers can contribute to creating technology that serves users' needs responsibly and ethically. Hello, my name is Grace Mary and I am a product designer with 3+ years of relevant industry experience on a mission to help UX designers grow and scale their impact in their career. If this sounds like you, please hit the subscribe button to get more relevant content, and also feel free to subscribe to my newsletter, which I have linked in the description and also pinned in the comments. Until I come to you next time, bye bye.